Hello everybody, I'm Jude and this is Lammy and together we are Little Lamb Tales. Welcome to this week's story time, and remember you can always follow us on Twitter or say hello on Facebook as well. This week's story is a really old story and I used to enjoy it when I was a little girl. It's the story Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak, and I'm going to tell this story to you now. Are you ready, Lammy? Here we go. Once upon a time, there was a little boy and his name was Max. And Max loved to dress up. And one day his mummy bought him a new dressing up outfit. It was a wolf suit. And Max put it on and he ran around the house and he scared the dog and boo, and he shouted. And his mum said, "Stop that." And Max said, "No." His mum said, "Well, I'll send you to bed without your supper." And so he was sent to bed. And as Max lay on his bed, and he was sulking a little bit really because he'd been told off, something strange happened. In the room, Lammy, all of the walls started to grow vines and became trees. And eventually they turned into a great big wood. And through the middle of that wood there was a little path. And Max walked down the path. And when he got to the end of the path, there was the ocean tumbling by. And at the edge of the ocean there was a boat. And Max knew it must be for him because it had his name, Max, written on it. And so Max got into the boat. Need our instrument now. And he sailed and he sailed and he sailed. And he sailed and he sailed and he sailed. And he sailed and he sailed and he sailed over days and weeks and in and out of months and almost over a year, to the place where the wild things are. And when the wild things saw him, you can join in with this if you like, they gnashed their terrible teeth and they rolled their terrible eyes and they showed their terrible claws. And Max said, "Be still." And he tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all of their yellow eyes. And they were still, and they were frightened, and they made Max the king of all the wild things. And they gave him his crown. And then Max said, "Let the wild rumpus begin," which is like a great big party. And Max and the wild things swung through the trees, and they danced in the moonlight, and they sang at the moon, and they had great food, and oh, it was wonderful. And this carried on all night until the wild things got a bit sleepy and went to sleep. And Max sat down and he was a bit sad. He wanted to be where someone loved him most of all, and so he decided he would stop being the king of the wild things. But when he told the wild things, they were very upset. "Oh no, please don't go, we'll eat you up, we love you so." And Max said, "No." And the wild things rolled their terrible eyes and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they showed their terrible claws. And Max said no. And he got into his boat, and he sailed and he sailed and he sailed, and he sailed and he sailed and he sailed, and he sailed and he sailed and he sailed back over months and weeks and days into his very own bedroom, where his supper was waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end. We hope you enjoyed that story. I really enjoy it. I think really that Max had a wonderful dream, didn't he? I wonder where you'd go on a dream. I wonder where Lammy would go on a dream. Join us next time. We'll see where we end up on our next story time. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.